Man hid in someone else's wardrobe for 20 years. When he couldn't hold it in anymore, he used the toilet. When he was hungry, he would sneak out while the owner was away to steal food. He even washed the dishes afterwards. It turned out that he had hidden there to escape loan sharks. In his panic, he hid in an antique wardrobe in a truck. But when he opened the wardrobe again, he found himself in the bedroom of a villa. But before he could figure out how to escape, he heard footsteps coming from the staircase. To avoid causing a commotion, he had no choice but to hide under the bed. Soon, the villa's owner entered the bedroom, and from their conversation, John learned some good news. There were 2 wardrobes in the bedroom, and the couple owned the antique wardrobe, while the one behind it would no longer be used. John suddenly had a bold idea. When the owner fell asleep at night, John quietly crawled out from under the bed, immediately went into the bathroom, and released his cargo. At first, he wanted to leave under the cover of darkness, but then he thought about how he was an orphan, and even owed high interest loans, so it would be better to hide in this house. So he returned to the room, and crawled back under the bed. He spent the night without incident. The next day, after seeing the couple go to work, John dared to come out. After stretching his body, he began his plan to avoid being seen by others. He closed all the curtains. He then took the male owner's razor and used the bathroom to shower. When he was thirsty, he drank the milk. He even ate the children's cookies. After eating and drinking his fill, he even did some housework and put on the male homeowner's clothes. What he did next was shocking. In order to stay in this house permanently, he dismantled the door of the wardrobe at the back and converted the antique wardrobe into a passageway door. He then hung up the clothes and hid in this secret base, thus beginning his life as a squatter. John thought he had covered his tracks perfectly, but unbeknownst to him, he had left traces in the house. When the female homeowner returned home, she discovered that the dishes she hadn't had time to wash that morning had been cleaned. Anna was puzzled. Moreover, every time she entered the room, she sensed someone watching her. So when her husband returned home, she told him about this strange occurrence. But her husband said his wife was suffering from mental illness. This led to memory loss. After hearing her husband's explanation, Anna no longer dwelled on the matter. The next day, after the entire family had left the house, John emerged from the wardrobe again. He first closed the curtains, then took food from the refrigerator. After eating and drinking his fill, he tidied up the house. He tidied up the mistress's bedroom. Even the children's room was not spared. And he even began to repair the furniture. Just like the master of the house, when he heard the sound of someone returning, he immediately took the food and returned to the wardrobe. Soon, the mistress noticed something was wrong. The dishes that hadn't been washed were clean again. But she didn't think much of it this time. She also thought her memory was deteriorating. That night, John couldn't resist any longer. He secretly left the closet to go to the bathroom, but as soon as he reached the door, he saw Anna coming out of the bathroom across the hall. The 2 locked eyes. John was so scared that he hid behind the wall. Just when he thought he had been discovered, Anna thought she was hallucinating and walked toward the bathroom, just as John thought he had escaped danger. The next day, a phone call from Anna made him start to feel nervous. Anna told her mother that there seemed to be a third person in the house. John was instantly terrified. He thought he couldn't escape this time, but Anna suddenly said that she believed it was her grandfather, who had died many years ago, who had come back as a spirit to accompany her. As an orphan, John wanted to know what kind of person Anna's grandfather was. So, after the family had left the house, he secretly opened the mistress's notebook. The contents warmed his heart. It turned out that the antique wardrobe was a gift from Anna's grandfather when she was a child. Whenever she encountered something unpleasant, young Anna would crawl into the wardrobe to comfort her wounded heart. Gradually, the wardrobe became her way of missing her grandfather. However, the next day, the mistress suddenly opened the wardrobe and crawled inside like she did as a child. What she said next left John speechless.
¿Quién eres?